haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know that. Shut them haters up, you know we go so hard. Chopper hit up in they face, yeah, I'm a bulldog. Number one is what we holdin', number one is what we stand. When you step out on that field, let them know you ain't playin'. Step back in that pocket, launch it off like a rocket. Pass the pill, run the ball, either way they ain't gon' stop it. Bring that trophy back and let them know the CH got it locked up from the east to west, north to the south, and they can't top it. That defense they holdin', that O-line be blocking. Check your Facebook, them Bulldogs, they tryna top it. Them corners on they job, they receivers, they gon' lock it. And don't try and punt the ball because that D-line gon' block it. They know we coming hard, they know we coming strong. Let them haters do they talking, Chopper here deserves the throne. Yeah, we sit at number one, they know we can't be cloned. Now it's time to handle business, gonna bring that title home. Work, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know that. This shit is our year, so we gon' shut it down and handle that and let them haters know another L. Say we not hearing that. Blue and gold, I be wearing that. Them other teams, we not fearing that. That competition ain't nothing. Bulldog country, boy, we gon' bring it back. This shit is our year, so we gon' shut it down and handle that and let them haters know another L. Say we not hearing that. Blue and gold, I be wearing that. Them other teams, we not fearing that. That competition ain't nothing. Bulldog country, boy, we gon' bring it back. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know that I'm bulldog. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog.
Man, they do it big. Other teams talk big, but that's nothing. Chapel Hill state champs, I see they coming. In my town, when they see it, they gon' hate this. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. They hit the field and shut it down so crazy. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. Pass the rock, run the ball. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog. Them lines look like kittens, I'm thinking who are y'all? Beat them so bad that they thinking there's 22 of y'all. Leaving their minds blown, about to bring the crown home. Other teams wishing that they could beat them, but they can't clone. They trying to act like they don't know. You see that blue and gold, 55, 45, 35, man, that boy's gone. Reppin' this sexury reckless down here in CH, Texas, state champions 2010, I claim that thing already. Now you can say we ain't the dookie, but I know you smell it. Go ahead and bring that thing home, make them kittens feel it. You know what it is. Every time they hit the field, man, they do it big. Other teams talk big, but that's nothing. Chapel Hill state champs, I see they coming. In my town, when they see it, they gon' hate this. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. They hit the field and shut it down so crazy. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. As far as I'm concerned, it ain't no competition. So shut them out and bring that title home that we've been missing. Been 21 years since we had this type of victory. Shouts to class of 89, it's time to make history. What's up, Chapel Hill? We got them haters watching, but we done came too far, so man, it ain't no stopping. No loss, straight victory's the only option. Man, it feels good to be a Bulldog. What's poppin'? You know what it is. Every time they hit the field, man, they do it big. Other teams talk big, but that's nothing. Chapel Hill state champs, I see it coming. In my town, when they see it, they gon' hate this. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. They hit the field and shut it down so crazy. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. You know what it is. Every time they hit the field, man, they do it big. Other teams talk big, but that's nothing. Chapel Hill state champs, I see it coming. In my town, when they see it, they gon' hate this. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. They hit the field and shut it down so crazy. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow.
Hello, Bulldogs Sports Network fans. I'm Brett Swinney alongside Corey Marshall and Vincent Johnson back for this week, the Week 9 wrap-up show here on the Bulldog Sports Network. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
I feel a little bit better this week. I'm excited to talk about this past week's game. It's been a while since we've had something exciting to talk about. First off, I want to thank our sponsor for tonight's episode, Zono's Insurance. If you need insurance, call him. Call Zoe. He knows insurance. So I'd like to thank Zoe for sponsoring our show this week and every week. Man, how's y'all's week going?
Good so far.
I won't complain.
Corey, all right, good. Doing all right. All right. Well, we got a special guest that's supposed to be joining us this evening. Christian Blevins, you're out there. He should be joining us here shortly. Christian won our picket contest, beat all three of us a couple weeks ago. So we'll have him on here in just a minute. Corey, you want to kind of go over the results from our pick'em of this past week?
Oh yeah, so I didn't do so well. I'm starting off the bat. I went 3-5. Vince actually passed me. Vince was 6-2. I'm not making reference to Brett because Brett has his score on the screen there. I'm not going to make any reference to that. But he was 8-0. I'll go ahead and make reference to it. He was 8-0. Gavin was 7-1. Shout out to Gavin. The only lone loss he had was Athens over Palestine. Well, that didn't happen. So Christian went 5-3. Chris went 5-3, and then Casey Joe went 7-1.
Nice, Casey Joe. Very close to being on the show, just couldn't quite get ahead of me, or she'd have been on too.
She was picking them.
Nice job, guys. So that's pretty much was everybody above 500 except Corey. Ouch.
That's all right. Y'all know what my thing was.
We know you go for those upsets, so your picks are just it doesn't. You're in
genius when it happens.
like this asterisk by your picks. Corey's asterisk says, "I'm just picking long shots so I can try to win an upset game, but I really need to pick these."
Why not? Somebody has to.
No, not really.
I'll be the guy.
Nobody has to.
I'll be the guy.
I mean.
Well, what's his name? Mattress Joe. I'll be Mattress Joe for this chat. I'll be Mattress Joe for this team.
Let's see if we can. He said he's coming, so we'll get him in here when he gets here. Well, we can talk about what happened. Chapel Hill came out and took care of business this week. The other games in the district, Kilgore picked up a win over Henderson. That game was a barn burner. We kind of were following that in the press box. Henderson was winning the entire game. Kilgore came back at the very end of the fourth quarter and snatched that one away.
Kilgore, they play 4 quarters, and that's the problem with the teams that they ran up against. They can come out strong, but you got to finish strong.
Yeah, just couldn't quite finish them off. So the updated district standings are Lindale and Kilgore are tied at 4-0. Palestine alone in third at 3-2. Chapel Hill now in fourth place at 2-3, and Maybank and Henderson are tied for fifth place at 1-3. Athens down by themselves at 0-4 in seventh place. So it's going to come down to, and we don't have a game to talk about this week. I mean, we can talk about the next game. We'll talk about the district, but big game, Maybank and Athens, or Maybank and Henderson this week. Basically, elimination game
Pretty
in
much.
all essence.
I'm going with Maybank. We need Maybank to get a win.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like right now, with that big rigmarole of tiebreakers, Chapel Hill picked up the full 17 points this week by beating Maybank by that poorly of a margin. So if there is to be a three-way tie, and it does include Maybank, that would help Chapel Hill. So
Right.
because they got Maybank has Athens last game, so you got to figure they're going to probably pick up a W on that game. So they're looking at, if they win against Henderson, finishing at 3-3 as well. Palestine most likely is going to be 3-3 because of the fact that they play Lindale this week. I don't see them beating Lindale.
No.
I mean, they could, but I just don't see it happening. So they're going to finish up their regular season this week, and they'll just be sitting waiting to see what happens, as we are this week. So let's check on Christian again. It's not letting him on. Man, it sounds like a pretty bad excuse, Christian.
I mean, I think it's that OU thing. Didn't he pick OU?
Yeah, it's probably why. It's probably got a password of Longhorns. He just refuses to enter it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can send him this. Let me see if I can send him this link again. Let's see.
Texas is better is the password.
Let's see. We got some chats going. With the chats working this week. Yeah, he said he's trying to get on. Let's go, fellas. Hey, whoever said "Let's go, fellas," we can't see who you are if you're chatting on the community page. So make sure you let us know who you are so we can get a shout out to you. Chris is also here. Let me see if I should be able to get this link to him. We don't want to give him any excuses. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get it.
We're doing that shout out to the Astros, man. I don't know if y'all are Astros fans, but I am.
I mean,
they did their thing, man. They did what they gotta do.
It's 5-2 right now. 5-2.
Oh, it's Zoe. Zoe, hey man. Thanks for tuning in, Zoe.
So,
okay. What's up, Zoe?
So what's happening? What's going on with the? Okay, I see the Facebook.
Okay. I saw Zoe where he signed this was a big insurance deal. I think it was today.
I saw that. You got
shout out to Zoe, man.
Oh yeah.
Keep doing your thing.
He's
knows insurance. Get him
I just saw that. He out there making the moves.
Let's see if we can get Christian in here. I got him. I resent the link to him. We'll see if he. Let me do it on my computer. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. That's probably when he's having trouble. Probably trying to do it on his phone. All right, so we've kind of gone over the picks. We can, while we're waiting on him, let's just go around and talk about what one word did y'all see that y'all think stood out with you against Maybank.
I got two words. Fight back. Like it wasn't pretty. Obviously we got some things we have to work on too, but we did fight back. And that was important to me because I was afraid that Maybank was gonna come into our house pretty much and try to run up the score. But they were struggling too. And again, we both had our struggles, but we came up victorious, and that's all that really matters, I guess.
All right, what you got, Corey?
Um, no, I had a nice word that I want to use, but I forgot this is a bye week, so I was anxious to get to that Henderson game, but I'll say that for next week.
Yeah, I was
Um,
wondering why you were asking. I was wondering why you
I
were
could,
asking about the bye week, Corey. I was like, did you?
yeah, I know the bye week was coming up. I think this is two words. About time. Yeah, I think there's two words. About time.
About time.
So,
About
yeah,
time.
it's about time we
Yeah.
get. About time we answer the call. Got another victory. Um,
Mm.
hey, we finally got back in the win column after 3 games. Hey, keep it going. It's about
Yeah.
to be playoff season, so you know what time it is. You want to win. The freshman quarterback look better, getting better every week, get more confident. Come out and play strong. This is going to be a big game coming up next week, so they need to get this one. Take this week off, recover, prepare. Shouldn't have any holes in the game plan.
Yeah. Christian, can you hear us? You
Christian.
may you may need to allow your mic and camera to be unmuted.
Hey
Can you hear?
yo.
Can you
Oh,
hear us?
Hello. 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 Hello.
it's by dying. I think it's by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that OU network, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it ain't working right.
I think that's what it is.
It's probably is. So while he's trying to get on, I think my word for the week, and it kind of sounds simple, but win was my word for the week. We needed a win. We got one, and now we've got a chance to basically, from now on, it's win or go home. And we're already in the playoffs at this point. And we've got to pick up wins the rest of the way,
Hmm.
or the season's over. So I think they did what they needed to do. I know we had technical difficulties on Texan Live. I was running all over the place in the first quarter trying to get internet. They'd made some changes on the network at the school, and I didn't realize it. So we were running around trying to get things fixed, and uh, kind of missed some of the action because I mean I was watching, but it was hard to focus because when things aren't working and you got people messaging, hey, what's wrong with the stream? And so anybody out there that was trying to watch it, I apologize. It was definitely not on purpose. It was frustrating. Then we got back on and they had changed our encoder, so we had to get a new encoder. Then the stream link was wrong, so we had to resend out a new link. It was a big mess.
Kept showing the
Um,
game. I was like, I definitely don't want to see that game again.
yeah, yeah. Let's not reverse that.
I did
And
not want
but
to see it again.
the bad thing was we missed the best part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you missed a couple of good touchdowns, and you missed Huddleston pick up a fumble and rumble in for the end zone for a touchdown. That was probably the kind of, if it wasn't, it was, we knew it was kind of getting over at that point. When it was just that kind of stuff was.
Hello, Brett.
Although,
Uh-oh.
it's infectious. It's infectious.
I
Uh-oh.
know.
See, it's not me this time. It's not me. I missed the first half. I missed like the first 10 minutes of the game. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm glad y'all. I'm glad he's telling me what happened in the beginning because I didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
completely off.
yeah. I think I lost y'all for a second there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of froze.
You
I think uh, I think somebody's using too much internet. I'm gonna have to ban somebody off my network here.
bandwidth police.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have to figure out who it is. But Christian, you may have to, if you can't do it, you may have to just get off and get back on because I'm gonna remove you. Have him jump back on, Christian. Let's see if he said anything to me over here. Oh, he messaged me. He says he can't hear us. Try
Is he
again.
ask Ask him what he's using. Is he using his phone or a computer or?
I think he's on his computer now.
Okay.
He said he
Um,
can't hear us.
I couldn't hear y'all earlier, but I had to change my settings because um, my speaker settings were set to, I got multiple monitors, so it was set to the wrong one.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I don't know what he's running over there. So
I wanted to get on because he earned this opportunity, so I wanted him to be able to get on and talk to
Absolutely.
us. So, well, basically, uh, we pretty much had what we wanted. The score was a lot closer than an actual game. I mean, we could have held them to almost nothing. I mean, their offense, and Vince, you chime in if you agree or disagree with me on this, but their offense had no chance against us. Coach McFarland and the defense had the game plan for this game down pat. I mean, they had Maybank didn't know where to go. I mean,
it was.
they probably didn't have but a few plays over 10 yards. I mean, if
Yeah, they
anything.
couldn't really move the ball. I couldn't. I'd said when we were up in the booth, I was wondering how did they fare against the other teams and stuff, because I know they had some pretty close games. I don't know if they were missing some players or what, because I was expecting more of a fight. Um, it just seemed like a lot of miscues. Like we had miscues. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna jump on them and not, I'm gonna be fair and criticize my own team as well. We had some miscues too, but they just didn't seem like the team I had been watching this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been
Right.
keeping up with, and I couldn't figure out why. And I was up there and I kept saying, I said, man, how did they keep up with all these other teams? Like, like it just, I don't understand. Like what's
Well, and
going on?
it really proves a point of how badly we played against Palestine the first half, because they beat Palestine by 3 points, and
Yeah,
you see our
yeah.
second half. That's what we did to Maybank in the first half. So
Now,
if we
one thing
play
I
it,
noticed for sure is that matchups are important. So it's not always about who beat who. Uh, to just be fair, I just didn't. I don't know. I guess for me, I didn't see the fight I thought I was gonna see in them. You know that's where I was at. I didn't see the fight I thought I would see.
Well,
Um,
I don't care about matchup or fight. We should have stomped on them from the beginning, and that's what you were
but
supposed to.
we supposed to do what we supposed to do. Period.
So whether
And
whether they make is good or not, I mean, if
but
they
at the same time, I'm at a mindset now where uh, I know we're good, but it ain't enough to be good anymore. And I don't want to sound cocky about it either. I just want to make sure we get the job done. Period. Because I think, or at least for me, I wasn't really aware of any of the dangers of our district because we were playing so well. And then after watching how we lost those 3 games in a row, I was just kind of like, man, I didn't notice a lot of it. Actually, I was telling a couple of guys up there in the booth, I was like, I didn't notice. You don't notice a lot of issues when you win it. You just know you win it, and
mm,
rightfully so. When you win it, it don't matter. It don't matter that you have a problem up front, or we really don't. I mean, I'm just speaking hypothetically here, but it doesn't matter if the run game isn't solidified or whatever. It's not a big deal because you're winning.
to the
It may be a big deal to the coaches on Monday,
to
you
the
know,
untrained eye, absolutely. But
but to the fans,
yeah,
to the people like us who watching, it don't matter because we winning. That's all we care about is we winning.
I understand.
So,
But if you look at
uh,
it from a film standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, you see every detail.
and this is why, like, whenever the losses started coming, this is when I started watching games over and over again. Like I told you, I'd watched the Lindell game 3 times and Kilgore twice, and I've watched Palestine twice. Because I was just trying to figure out. I was trying to see where we were losing the game at myself. Those are the type of things I like to know about. Um, but I mean, we put up a good fight. We put up a really good fight, and I want to see that fight when we play Henderson, because I think Henderson's gonna come to play also.
Yeah, it's going to be in Henderson. That's going to be a tough.
And yeah, and I know how people can get starstruck there, with the the Netflix what I call it, the Netflix field.
Taj Mahal.
Netflix Stadium. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess me as a for mentality purpose, y'all know me. It doesn't really matter. Get the job. I don't care if you starstruck or not. Just get the job done. You have an assignment. I don't care. This is the 10th game of the season. You've seen peaks and you've seen valleys. At this time, it's a dogfight. I want to know what my team is made of. You gonna seal the deal? Or you gonna keep playing around?
I mean, at the end of the day, this is the last game of the year, and it's that important to you. If you can't get up for this, man, you need to check your pulse.
I don't care.
You're in the wrong sport, because this is serious.
I could care less if you wear this. Now, I don't care. I don't want to hear about that. You want to make the playoffs. Okay. Do you want to redeem yourself from losing those 3 games in a row? Do you want to make the playoffs? You want to continue to go further playoffs? What do you want to do? There's no if and that, because we can game plan all week if we want to. We can write up a perfect game plan. We got a whole week, whole 14 days to figure this out. But if you're not going to do exactly what's on the game plan, what's the point of us showing up? I need to know what's going to happen. And that's what I'm telling my guys. Like, hey, we could do everything perfectly in practice on the field. Are you gonna be disciplined enough to do it? That's basically what it is. At this point in time, it's X's and O's. We've been practicing all week. We've been practicing all year, and now it's down to this game. Get it done. At the end of the day, how bad do you want it? That's what I tell them. And really, to be honest with you, it's coming down to that. Whether Henderson is favored to beat Maybank. Everyone knows that. So it's gonna come down between us and Henderson. Let's just say that.
Well, it is at Maybank, so that is a little bit of an advantage for Maybank. That's going to force Henderson to travel.
Henderson should beat them by 40 points. That shouldn't even be a contest.
Well,
I'm just speaking that, because now if Maybank comes out and just so happens to win the game, and we'll celebrate and all other kind of.
Let me throw another scenario at you. You got Palestine right now has Lindell left, so we've got Lindell and Kilgore probably playing for district championship last league of the season, which that's going to be a great game there in itself. You've got Palestine sitting at 3-3. Say Henderson wins, like you say, Corey. So Henderson's sitting at 2-3. We're sitting at 2-3. That going to put Maybank's going to end up being at 2-4 probably, because they. So basically, there's not going to be any tie breaks in that situation. So it's going to be win and go home.
Yep.
So you got 2-3, 2-3. Winner goes, loser. There's no points, nothing. Now there'll be a tie break situation with Palestine most likely. So the winner will be tied with them, and if that's the case, if it's that scenario, then we're automatically 4th, because we already lost to Palestine. So now we take that back and we go, say Maybank wins. They are the ones sitting at 3-3. We end up with a 3-way tie. Now we have a chance to jump in to the 3rd spot. So in essence, if you're like the way it looks right now to me, if you're a Chapel Hill fan, you want Maybank to win.
Absolutely.
So you get Maybank, then you get a 3-way tie with you, Maybank, Palestine. And if that was the case right now, you've got you take Henderson completely out, then Palestine is a 0. They have 0 points. They lost to Maybank by 3. They beat Chapel Hill by 3. Then you've got Chapel Hill, Palestine, Maybank is plus 14. Then you've got Maybank would be a negative 14. So then, in that essence, Chapel Hill would jump and be the 3 seed. Palestine would be the 4. Maybank out. So if you're Maybank, you got Chapel Hill's got to lose because they can't be tied with them after the way they got beat this last game. So
that's why I say no matter what, you gotta go and take care of business. You control your business. You get a win, your probability of making playoffs is that much better.
Yeah,
So
you just gotta do your part, and then let the rest of it just handle itself. So
how would that be? You finish the season 6-4 and don't make the playoffs. That's weird.
That would be tough. I think it'd be a tough pill to swallow. As much talent as Chapel Hill has in the field this season to not even make the playoffs, that would sting.
it will be a learning, but it will be a learning process too, though. That right there will teach a lot of these guys.
It would. It's a tough
It ain't-
lesson. It's tough to learn that way.
It don't matter how good you are. It ain't promised to you. It could be taken from you in any day. You got to show up and play. That's the thing I want people to understand, that I don't care how much talent you got. You can find somebody that you can have 11 guys scheme against a more talented team. You can. And just because you are that good doesn't mean you deserve to be where you are. So to me, we had some missteps, and we are where we are, but we got to make the best of it. We got to make the best of it because everyone, them other teams are looking at themselves the way we looking at ourselves right now. Like, how did we get here? How did we get to this point? Everybody's looking at themselves the same way. Because think about it from Athens' standpoint. Athens started out 5-2, and they ain't won a game since. And they still trying to figure out, what's going on in their district. Like it ain't promised. And no matter how good you look up, in the beginning, you got to finish strong. Even in the pros, people say all the time, wait till December. All those guys that look great right now in December, if they don't show up, they sitting at home watching everybody. They sitting at home watching everybody. So,
was that a shout out to Cowboys?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna argue no Cowboy talk today. I said I'm gonna leave Cowboys alone. So
hey, right now you can't say anything from a Texas standpoint.
Cowboys are doing their thing, and I keep giving them credit. They're doing their thing. That's why I said I'm not gonna jump on them. But again, like I said, wait till December.
But I'm gonna piggyback off of what Vince said when we first started in week 1, and y'all were talking about, you picked them going 8-2. Of course, I'm obviously not gonna pick undefeated season. It's just weird. I haven't seen the team that much. Now, once again, we're talking about next year, which is a different conversation because I already told y'all what I think about that. But I mentioned it before. I said I wanted to see how we responded. When things get rough, because I figured we're gonna have some rough patches. Because Lindell was better than what we thought, and Kilgore was better than what we thought.
Yep.
And how this young team would respond to adversity, and now we know. So they hadn't responded very well. So how do you teach them from one week to another? How do you respond from adversity? And they went to an 0-3 skid, and I don't want to say they imploded, but there's some teachable moments. So now we're back to square one. So now we're back to we just got to win one game. We were riding high. We were beating people by dozens of points. We were picking, guys. We were picking in the 50s.
Y'all were.
Now
I was told not to pick in the 50s.
Yeah.
I was told apparently not to pick in the 50s.
You jinxed us.
We were picking the scores just fine until Vince started jumping on the 50 train. That's when.
Oh, okay.
Why? I'm a very superstitious person when it comes home. Whatever you ride it. When Uncle Mo was at home, you make him feel comfortable as possible. And Vince just said, Uncle Mo, when are you leaving? That's basically what you said. Oh my God.
That's what I was saying. I didn't know I was saying that.
Oh man!
You whispered.
I didn't know that's what I was saying.
And you whispered it. You didn't say it. You was like, "When is he leaving?" And Uncle Mo heard you.
Oh, okay. All right.
But either way. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's peaks and valleys. They responded well. That's a young team. Can they learn from it? Absolutely. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the pressure's on them right now, and I hope they feel it. But at the same time, man, it's another day's work. You have a
Well,
whole to prepare for it. Just
yeah, I'd say that this 2 weeks of practice before getting that last game in Henderson, I think it's going to be a huge week, a week and a half of practice. I think they might have had a couple of days off, but either way, for this young team to get some extra reps in practice, to kind of maybe put some new things in to get more comfortable in the way the offense is now, just the way it was in week one.
Mhm.
I think that's going to be a big help going into the playoffs because now we're playing in the district round, this first round. You got district first, so you got to take care of this first game and then go from there. But I think this is where we built momentum last season, and we've got a chance to do the same thing to make a run here, to get some
Yep.
momentum and make a run.
yes,
And I don't know how the bracket's going to fall, um, but I mean, last year it fell kind of right in our lap. We had some winnable matchups and took advantage of it. Um, you know, and then we got to Lindale, obviously, and we all know how that turned out again. But I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch with Lindale and Kilgore. I think they were better than us the first matchups. Both teams were. Do I think we can play with them? Yes, I do. Do I think we can beat them? I think we can if we play the way we can play.
there's not a team in
Um,
the district we can't beat.
right.
There's not a
I,
team in
I, I
the district we
wasn't
can't beat.
expecting to lose, and
Nobody is unbeatable.
yeah.
Nobody.
And so I think the main reason that we lost to Lindale was we didn't protect the quarterback. Didn't the line didn't block the defensive line of Lindale, and they ate us alive. That was the main reason. Um, the main reason we lost to Kilgore is our red zone opportunities we blew, and we didn't start off the game very well. We got too far behind, and then Kilgore is very good at running the ball and controlling clock, and that kind of put us behind the eight ball. So you clean up those few things right there, and those are things you can easily clean up. Get Brisbane more comfortable. You got to remember when we played Lindale, Brisbane was not playing,
No,
so the pressure that was for Lindale that was happening. That's going to be a different offense that Lindale would see the next time. You're going to have Brisbane's not going to be sitting in the pocket looking to pass. He's going to be rolling out to his left, to his right, with a run pass option type plays that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. So it's going to be a different team on offense. So that'll be interesting to see if we're able to see Lindale again. And then obviously with Kilgore, I mean, that was his first start. And, he was just trying to get settled. So by that point, he's going to have probably, you know, probably around 4 games under his belt, I imagine, before he saw one of them two as a starting quarterback with lots of weeks of practice in there. And so, he's no longer a freshman at that point. He's moving towards like a sophomore. Still young, but he's going to be more settled. And I think that will be a big difference if we were able to get back to see Lindale or Kilgore again.
that's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a very good point because now our offense changes all over again. Now we don't. I mean, of course, we had a dual threat quarterback, but now we have more of a dual threat quarterback, and it changes a lot of things, especially when our offensive scheme. So, but more importantly, I'm not really worried about our offense as much as I'm worried about our defense because we still got to make plays. And for the most part, it's been written on the wall already. Oh, you run the football, keep the ball out of offensive hands, you can beat them. If you run the football, you control the clock, keep the offense off the field, we got them. And
Mhm.
that's been the blueprint since Lindale.
Yep.
So I mean, we got to figure that out. If we can do that, we can come up with stops, come up with plays, big plays,
Yeah.
and we can. That's nothing else we can't do. We just got to figure out how to stop the run, create turnovers and go from there. And the big one is creating turnovers. But I think, like you said, I think we said that. I don't know if it's you or Vince said it a couple of weeks ago. Since we're playing two ways, a lot of those guys are playing two ways. They're getting fatigued. But the defense is out there the whole time. It's rough. Then you have to come around and play offense. It's rough.
Oh, look who's joining us! Oh, it's the OU network.
What's up,
Can y'all
man?
hear
What's
me?
up?
What's up, Christian? How's it going, man?
Going good, man. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Is that Seattle in the background? What are we doing?
He's
Yeah,
0 2.
Seattle.
You got who and then
Man.
she. I don't get it.
Well, I don't know how much you've got to catch any of our talk so far, but go ahead and give us your thoughts about last week's game, Christian.
Y'all can't hear me, right?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Man, I think we played really good last week. D had a really good game. Those 3 interceptions. I know, he has to work on that, but and thanks God for commenting and saying that's my squad. But yeah, we played really, really good. The one play that really got me was Kavion scoring that touchdown. That was the play that really did get me. And I was proud of our guys for how they did, and hopefully we can beat Henderson and get in the playoffs. So that was my thoughts.
Yeah, we kind of weren't on the air yet at that point. I was running around trying to get the stuff up and running. We had internet issues, and so it was like 24-0 before we even went on live Friday night. So they missed a lot of the first of the game, and I really did. I even saw old Huddleston in the hallway this week, and I told him I liked his touchdown. He kind of chuckled. It was one of those that it kind of just fell into his lap. He just kind of scooped it up and ran in. It wasn't anything fancy, but that just showed the way that we got off to a good start and things were just falling. Like we were talking about earlier, it kind of reminded me of the way the Athens game started. Just everything was clicking.
I didn't see, like, when he got the ball, I didn't see him like at first, and all I just saw him run out of a little tiny pile, and I saw he had the ball, and I got really excited. But it was a really good game, and I think we have to keep that momentum going. We had a good practice today. It was tough. You got 8-0 on there.
Yeah, I sure do. You just now seeing that. You missed that too. We went over the.
I missed it.
We went over the picks of each everybody. I think was he 6-2?
Yeah, I was 6-2, I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's not much more to say. I've got the pick'em champ on there every week, so I thought I'd throw something different. Go for 8-0 since I did pick every game correct this week. Yeah.
Next year I'm picking up. I'm not losing the game.
Corey,
You're not gonna lose a game next year.
Corey. Oh no, Corey!
Oh man!
You need to just drop the whole. Well, I just picked. I thought they had a chance. It was been the upset pick of the week.
He never did a chance.
I did it this year.
I mean, I understand.
Hey.
I understand. Like once a week, being like, okay, this is my upset pick of the week. Like, but
you're doing that every week. You're doing multiple teams.
Your whole picture upset pick of the week. It's like, okay, I'm gonna pick every team that's gonna lose, and I'm gonna take them as the upset pick of the week.
That's why I said I'm this next year.
That's why I said upsets all the
time. Yeah, I mean that's why I said I was gonna do this. This is the upset thing this year. The next year, my sole purpose is to make sure Brett is not gloating about being undefeated champ. I will be.
And Corey, it's okay, Corey. We can't all be 44-12. I mean, it's okay.
No, but you could be 50 and what 50? That's okay.
Could be. I started the year 22-2, so that was a really good start there.
It's like a Mike Tyson record right there.
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple weeks there where it was a struggle, but when my team struggled, when my team struggled, I struggled as well. I felt it.
Picking from your heart, got to pick from the stat.
Yeah, I know. Well, we won't talk about some of those games. We're not even going to bring up some of those reasons why I lost.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. Anyway, not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Got an OU fan here. Anyway, but I'm glad. How y'all taking this week off, Christian? How y'all taking this week off? Y'all kind of relaxing a little bit, trying to stay focused, trying to get some rest. What are y'all doing this week as far as the week's approach?
So what we're doing, because Monday, and I wasn't there yesterday. Monday, we did kind of. I don't know if y'all know what speed drills are. I don't know if y'all did that in high school or not, but we did that. We went to the weight room, lifted a little bit. But like today we went 10 periods, all throughout practice. And, it's kind of like a chill practice. We kind of do some of the same stuff. Like we go inside and, we go team and everything like that. And not JV, varsity is always beating the crap out of us and everything like that. And it sucks, being pancaked. It hurts, especially when you're a guy that's playing D line and everything like that. And, me being 207 pounds, that's pretty tough on me. But we're just chilling. Yeah, I would say that we're just chilling because we have practice tomorrow. So, it's really a time for us to get our grades up and everything like that. I would say that.
Yeah. Okay. That definitely. And I will say this: a pancake block, offensive line is never going to apologize for a pancake block ever.
No, I know they're not. Yeah, because when I 2 years ago when I played receiver, I would like to block everybody. That was just my thing. And I got the ball, but I'd like to block everybody. So, that's what I used to do. I think that's coming back to bite me now. So.
So you got anything else an insight for us about? I guess their coaches will be heading out probably to watch that Maybank Henderson game.
Well, I've heard
this week
there were some rumors that they would be. I know Coach Riggin probably will. I know maybe Coach Irvin and Coach McFarland will.
I guarantee they'll be watching the game.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
even if they don't though, even if they don't go, I still think they're going to be watching the game.
They'll watch it live.
Whoever.
They'll watch it.
Whoever's.
Watch it in their sleep.
Yeah. So I guess mainly what's the locker room like right now? Kind of coming off finally getting a win after taking some tough losses.
I think the locker room now is getting where it needs to be. I'm not always in the varsity locker room. Heck, I wish I was, but I'm not in the varsity locker room. But outside of it, I think the atmosphere is a little better, and I feel that enthusiasm coming back to us, and it's that's something that we really, really need. And I wish we could have did what we were supposed to do and win those games. But we're making our strides, and the locker room atmosphere is good on both sides, both JV and varsity, and even freshmen. That locker room over there is doing really, really good, and you can see that as they win and win and win, and I think they understand the part that as much as they would like to go undefeated, that's not it's. You can't go undefeated forever. I think that's even though they're undefeated right now, I think that's I think they understand that mindset that you can't go undefeated forever. Like 2023 class, like when we were in middle school, we were like 7-0, and then we went to Carthage for district championship and lost, and then the next year after that we were 5-0. We lost to Henderson. And me never beating Henderson on the field, you know, that's a I wouldn't say that's a personal thing for me, but it is personal, and I hope we get the job done next week and stay together and singing that one part. So
Yeah, that freshman group, you mentioned they were undefeated, but their best two players are not even on their team
yeah,
this year. So
yeah, and
so
they have this player named Trevor Brooks, and he is. I would expect some of the coaches to look out for him to see if he's going to be a varsity caliber player. In my opinion, he is, but he can do everything. He can play receiver, he can play running back, he can play quarterback. Um, Coach Renner's son Jonah. Jonah is coming up in a good way in football, and everybody else is coming up on that team, and I think they're gonna be good for a while, and you know hopefully they can win a state championship just like we want to win a state championship, not just this year but the next year. And that freshman team is making their strides too, and they're doing really really good.
yeah, I went and watched them last year in eighth grade. We covered part of their game just to kind of as we were getting things started up, and I was impressed. Just not just the skill players, but the line. And they've got some guys that are. I mean, in eighth grade, I was like trying to figure out are these guys in eighth grade or are they in high school because they were huge and they were just bullying over the other teams. I can see why they only allowed 6 points all year because I mean those guys, that whole class is just impressive. And then you take their two best offensive players and you move them up to varsity and then still doing that well. It just shows how good of a group it is. So
Yeah, and imagine if they would have just if those two would have stayed, you know, on the team. I think they would have put up a whole heck of a lot more points than they did, last year. Because last year they were doing really, really good. Only allowing 6 points against a team that, at the time they really didn't know much about, or actually, matter of fact, didn't know anything about at all. And I think they remind me of our team in middle school, but there was just one thing. We didn't go undefeated our 2 seasons that we were in middle school, and they scored a lot more points than we did, and I'm super proud of them of how they did it. And Coach Goder is a really really good coach,
look
and
at that, Dad giving you a shout out, Christian. Had
yeah,
a good game last week.
yeah, and
Helped you
I was
win.
gonna talk about that too. But they did really really good last year, and our JV team, man, our JV team this year is doing pretty good. We had we lost to Palestine. I think the score was 50, they scored 50 on us. I'm going to go ahead and admit that they scored 50 on us, and then we lost to Kilgore by 7 points.
Vince, did you pick the JV game that week too? I'm just asking.
No, not at all.
Yeah, this they had a running back, Kilgore did, number 33, and we thought this dude was just running all over the field on us, and we got our stuff together and everything like that, and was able to come out and beat Maybank and everything like that, and Coach Gutierrez, because I play on the D line, like I said, I play on the D line. And he was like, let's move you to linebacker. And I said, okay, because I've already played linebacker before, but I was a lot skinnier when I did. So just being back to that linebacker spot and doing good the way that I did last week to help us win. And I'm not gonna sit here and compliment just myself. I'm complimenting our quarterback who did really good, Connor Griffin, uh, Cameron Kelly, big tall kid, and can go up there and snag on anybody. And Quinn Greenlee, who was my cousin, You know, he ran ran the ball exceptionally well last week, and we did really really good on defense, and trying not to let them score. They had a quarterback who was about I'm assuming he was about 6'5", 6'6". He was about Justin Herbert size.
Wow.
Hmm.
I'm assuming they ran the same scheme as the varsity.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's see.
and they were, but they ran. I remember there was one play they put three tight ends in. Actually two plays back to back to put three tight ends, and they just ran it to the left side, and we snuck down and we tackled them and everything like that, and I was glad that we won that game. Um, I was really really happy, but really, to be honest with you, if we can knock off Henderson, that would really make me happy. Like I said, that's a team I've never beaten on the field, um, but it would be a dream come true to beat them. At least once, while I'm in high school. I hope to beat them again next year, but just this one time, I want to beat them.
I want to say this to especially you know um, it's important that you guys think that you guys are winners and believe that you guys are winners. Um, we were all a part of a time when Chapel Hill football wasn't as good. I'm just not gonna lie to you about that. But we're not as good as football, okay? And to see in within the past 10 years, you guys grew up seeing a team win state is a rarity. I remember the 1989 team winning state. And I remember the parade, but I was not
Man,
even.
you know what? It's that team I was on was good. I don't know what Corey
Oh,
talking about. That team I was on every year I was playing on, we was dope.
Vince,
We just
how
didn't have
many
it.
how many wins did y'all have, Vince?
Nah,
How
bro,
many
you're
how
not
many
gonna do me
wins?
like that. You're not
No, no,
gonna
no,
do me like that.
no,
We
no.
was
I'm
balling.
talking record. I'm
We was
talking about
balling.
record. I never said we were good. I said success because we had great talent. It's just the district we were in.
We had a lot of talent. We just didn't.
I'm
We
not
just
saying.
didn't win.
We squandered our opportunities. I'll say it like that.
I'm saying
Which is
success.
why
So
I'm always big about those opportunities now, like y'all have against Henderson.
what
Um,
what I'm saying
but
is this. What I'm saying is this on my end. What I'm saying is this: take the opportunity that you guys have because you
yeah,
guys are having success. Don't let that glimpse of that ruin it. No, we say we're gonna be Henderson. We're gonna be Henderson. You got to believe that. I don't want to just I hope that. No, no, no. I don't hope. We are. We will. We will be Henderson. I'm going to
Yeah,
be Henderson.
and
I'm gonna go.
I
I'm
think
Henderson
that's
for
the
the rest.
mentality that we have to go into. And you're right. Not hope we will beat them.
We will.
And like I said, this is a really good time for us to show everybody what we're made of. And I know we were in this position last year, and one of the things that Rio told us, he was like, I don't know if I was, in that huddle or that conversation. One of the things that he told us, he was like, we were in the same spot last year, but
uh,
we just hadn't lost like 4 games in a row or anything like that. Well, 3 games in a row, but one game, during the non-district games, and now we're 6-3 now, and
yeah,
we have got to go out there
we do
and
it.
prove to everybody that we're not just good players. We're a great team, and that's one of the things that's been passed down from coach to coach. From Coach Sidden to Coach Hooker to Coach.
Oh, I lost. We lost it.
We lost him.
I
He
heard
dropped
something
your
go.
connection.
Like his computer went off. I wonder if he didn't have it on the charger.
I don't know. I think he was on his phone, or at least he said he was getting on
Oh,
his phone earlier.
I heard
Hopefully,
something like a computer, like it
yeah,
gives you a notification.
that
It
little
wasn't mine.
ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I know that
Um,
notification anywhere. That's that low battery notification.
yeah, Vince,
Yeah,
I
you.
don't. I still wait to hear you tell me how many wins you had as a varsity football player.
As a varsity
Taking it
football
personally,
player,
I don't like that
how
trash.
many wins I had?
They were not trash. The team was good.
uh,
Y'all were good. Y'all just couldn't win.
we
I went.
won.
I went to a lot of those games.
We won
I was
five
there.
my senior year.
Hey,
We won five.
y'all. That's probably better than y'all did because we won 5 games my entire high school career when I was in school.
Well, I
So
mean, 2 of those years they went 0-10, but my junior year we won four.
mm,
I think it was
Yeah.
6 that year.
no,
Huh?
was it 4? Did we win 4?
Yeah, we
I
won
know.
four. We won two out of district.
I
We
know
won two in district.
my freshman year we had was it Ineption Stovall as the quarterback.
Don't do that to
And
him.
he, shout out to it, man. Man, I can remember going to those games and he was like throwing it in the stand. Man, he was running for his
Well,
life.
I will say like when I was a freshman, Doty was kind of like I mean there was a lot of talent on the team. Don't get me wrong, it was a lot of talent, but Doty was like that guy, man. Doty was doing things that uh that nobody else in that district was doing. I remember watching Doty as a freshman go from one side of the field all the way to the other, and when he turned that corner, he was gone. But that was about all we had.
Yeah. Of
Um,
course, I don't know how many teams went to the playoffs back then. It was just 2, wasn't it?
yeah, it was just two. It was just two.
Just 2.
Yeah.
But we
So
just never. I don't know what it was. I don't know
we
if it
had
was just.
opportunities. We just again we squandered them. Like when
The
I
district,
was a junior, we were supposed to beat Jacksonville, and when we lost that Jacksonville game, we had to beat uh um, we had to beat Turtle.
What about the Terrell
Yeah,
game? I stayed that
and
stupid
that's when we
game
missed that kick. Remember?
next
Do
to.
you remember the kick
Yeah,
we missed?
I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that
I was
it was
there.
just
There wasn't many people in the stands, but I was still there. I
because
stayed
it
the
was raining
entire
that day.
time.
It was
Uh
I'll
huh.
never forget that game. It was raining. It had been raining that whole day. Yeah, I'll never forget that game. We missed that kick, and I just and I can't
Trust me.
even tell you the disarray that was in that locker room that afternoon.
Trust
Boy,
me. I was one of those
that was rough.
students. I went to every game. Even all those losses, I still
That
went
was rough. I'm
because
trying to remember.
I love watching. I just
I remember in district we beat Athens and we beat Palestine. The two games we won out of district were Ferris and what's the other one?
they
No, we lost Glaywater. We lost Glaywater. We lost Henderson. Um,
didn't play dangerous.
oh my God, I cannot remember who that fourth game was. It,
Who do we
I'm trying
used
to
to
remember
play?
who all we played that year. Because Ferris was I think the first game. We won that one. We won that game easy. Uh,
Like
and I want to
Ferris.
say it was the next game we played because we lost we after we won that second game, we lost the next 3 games until we started district, and then we got Palestine first. We hit them, and then we played homecoming, which was Athens, and I remember that like it was yesterday because that was the game where my mind wasn't right. I wasn't set on football anymore. I was a little frustrated, and Coach Turner had to have a little conversation with me, you know, I mean, when you're young, like I was saying, we spoke off camera a lot of times about these moments, but sometimes you just have those moments when things ain't going your way, and you get upset, you get frustrated, and you got to have somebody come, sit you down and talk to you, and
you don't
that was,
realize
that was the Athens game for me. That's why I can never forget that one. So
you don't realize how many like little things that used to like get us upset. Like we like it's a big deal, and now you look back and I'm like, man, life
yeah,
was easy then. It
yeah,
was
like
easy back then.
if all I had to do was play football and pass my classes,
Yeah.
but
Well,
back
And
then
that
you couldn't tell me.
Christian. I was only I know Christian say he lost his Wi-Fi, so just letting Christian know. Thanks for coming on. We
Yeah.
enjoyed him very
Maybe we can
much.
get him on again next time. So I wanted to ask him a few questions, but I didn't. I was letting him get all his time in, so I didn't want to cut him off.
Yeah,
But I
it was good.
wanted to ask him a couple of questions, so maybe we can get him again.
Yeah, it's good to have an inside perspective. You know,
Yeah, I
someone
like
that's been in the locker room with some of these guys. I think that's kind of what we'll have with Jared during basketball season. He won't be on the team this year, but he's been in the locker room with a lot of the guys that will be playing basketball this year, and I think that's going to be a really neat perspective to have because you
I
can
thought he
know
was
these.
supposed to be on today. Was he? Was he
He
not
was,
coming?
I don't know what happened to Jared. I never heard from him. I'd kind of gotten him penciled in because when Corey wasn't going to be able to make it,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he's been busy. He's got commercials lined up for us. We got another sponsor lined up, Mr. Correa, and I think it's out off road. Some was it off road something? I need to pull it up. And anybody out there that's interested in sponsoring basketball, we're still looking for some more sponsors. Um, we just got I think it's Rogue Off Road. I think it's Joel Correa. Went to school with. I don't know if was he younger than y'all.
See, I know Gabe and Romeo, but
Yeah, he's the younger brother.
okay.
He's a salesperson for their company. He's going to be sponsoring us. We've also got a couple others that have come in. I can see it's all in white. Mr. Elder at the Elder Feed Store. They're going to be sponsoring us.
Okay.
And uh, James Smith, his wife works at the school.
Okay.
His lawn care business is going to be sponsoring us.
Thank
So,
y'all. Appreciate
yeah,
that. Thank you.
definitely appreciate that. Again, if anybody else wants to sponsor, just give us a shout. Jared can make you a commercial. He does a great job with that. He's been doing our pre-shows. Been doing an excellent job with our pre-shows. Won't have one this week. Next week, we will still have a show, even though there's not a game. We're going to call it the bye week wrap-up show. We'll go over kind of what happened this past week. Kind of go over the scenarios. We'll have a hard scenario then. I mean, we're pretty sure it's going to be win and get in, but we'll have a hard scenario of all the possibilities of seeding and all that stuff. Maybe even go so far as look at the District 10 standings and see where they are. So what kind of matchups we could see in the first round. Corey, I know you're getting ready for this. We also will throw in some basketball next week since we won't have a game to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit of just kind of a mini preseason basketball show. So since we'll have a basketball game the day after the Henderson game. Corey, you in for that one? It's going to be a girls' game November 6th. That'll be our opener here on the Bulldog Sports Network for basketball season.
Hey, might as well. Time to get back in the groove, baby.
Yeah, so we'll talk some basketball a little bit. Get ready for that. Just found out Jared he has the Antler Sports Network. So those of you I posted on our page, go out and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's going to be doing some work for us this year on the side on some of the games that we're not going to do. He's already got his credentials to go cover the Whataburger tournament. So he's going to do I think he's going to do radio for that. So he'll do some of the games that we're not going to go cover, some of the tournaments, possibly some road games early in the season. So we're also going to simulcast those on the Bulldog Sports Network. So we got that kind of set up. So we'll have a simulcast. That way he can get some subscribers and everybody can find his channel. So got some interesting things rolling up. We were to do some picks.
Want to do some picks this
week?
Yeah, might as well. We still got 3 district games. We just want to have Chapel Hill involved this time around, but we can still do some picks. I mean, unless y'all are just going to give up and
I ain't giving. I don't need to give up.
Never.
I was just checking. I
mean, you talking to the wrong Corey. I don't know who the other Corey is.
I knew what the answer was going to be, but I had to ask.
Negative.
All right, so This week, District 9, 4A Division 1 matchups are Athens at Kilgore. I think that's going to be Kilgore for me.
That's
Okay,
a
is
good
all
one
the way.
for me too.
Corey's probably got Athens.
Go ahead, Corey.
I'm picking Kilgore. Kilgore.
Oh, okay. And we got, excuse me, we got Henderson at Maybank. That's the big one of the week. Game of the week. I'm going to take Henderson. Corey.
Picking Henderson.
I'm gonna pick Henderson, but I don't know. For some reason,
I
I want to pick Maybank.
I just saw Maybank play last week. I just can't see
I know. I just
they're going
don't.
to beat Henderson. I just
Watch.
don't see
Unless
it.
there's something we don't know about, like they had an injured player or something, star player, or I don't know.
I mean,
don't know how they're
unless
gonna
Earl
do
Campbell is going to come out and play for them next week, they're not beating
it. Man,
Henderson.
who knows? I mean, I played against Palestine and we destroyed them, and then I hear that they had a guy on their team by the name of Adrian Peterson who we never saw because he was hurt. You know, like it could happen. There
Well,
could be
you
an
got
Earl Campbell over there.
Casey, Joe, and Chris got their picks in too. Corey, did you see those?
I got him.
Okay, all right,
I won't make
all right.
anything, but I'm gonna go.
So then we have the final game for district play this week is Lindale at Palestine. I'm taking Lindale. I just don't see Lindale and Kilgore. I think they're on a collision course.
Palestine runs the ball a lot. They don't pass a lot, which means that pass rush that Lindale has may not be so effective.
Yeah,
Who's Lindale lost to?
Nobody in this.
they haven't lost in district. They lost to Kaufman. They've lost to who else? They lost to Van.
Okay.
They lost to one other team. They've lost 3 games.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go Lindale here. I don't know why in my head I thought they had lost the district game, but
I'm going Palestine.
Oh, there's the Corey we know.
There it is. Yep, there he is. It don't take long.
No.
Palestine. It's got a feeling. That's all.
All right, let's go with the next matchup. Here is a big one in the 3A district in the area. Harmony at ARP. That's going to be a game for second place. I believe the winner of that game will move into the second spot of their district. West Rusk is undefeated in that district, so they're already kind of locked in that first spot. I'm going to take the ARP Tigers. It's in ARP this week. I'm going to take ARP. I think they're going to beat Harmony this week.
If it's in ARP, I'll take ARP.
Okay, we are going ARP. ARP. Okay.
Corey's probably got Harmony.
No, I'm picking ARP.
You going with the ARP? All right.
I support.
Okay. It's like Casey Joe's also taking ARP.
Right.
Chris, we need your Lindale and Palestine pick. We also need the ARP and Harmony pick. So get that in so we can get you in.
What about Sabine and Gladewater? That's a big one.
That's a big one. It's in Gladewater. Really like almost crosstown rivals there. They're pretty close. Not very far away. I really haven't seen anything about Sabine this year. They've beat Spring Hill. They've beat
Where's the game at?
It's in Gladewater. I'm leaning towards Gladewater. Sabine has beaten, looks like in their district they've won. They beat White Oak, they've beat Jefferson, they beat Atlanta, they beat New Boston. So it looks like they're kind of lining up for a clash for district here. Of course, they do have Tatum the last game of the season, so
it's always pretty tough. Sabine's pretty tough in football, basketball, and baseball. So they're pretty good.
Tatum has lost a game. So Sabine and Gladewater, this is for first place in district. So I'm going to go with Gladewater. I just think Gladewater's they're usually predominantly better than Sabine. I'm going to go with Gladewater.
Gladewater. All right. I'm going with Glade Water myself. Vince, who you
Let's
got?
see.
Glaywater. That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
Glade Water.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. What about hmm, excuse me there. Let's go Tyler High at home versus Sherman.
What's Sherman's record?
Sherman Bearcats, they are 3-5 on the year, 1-3 in district play.
I'm going Tyler High, but I think that quarterback has got hurt. I don't know if he's gonna play next week.
Yeah, he got hurt. They were actually, I think, winning against Highland Park before he got hurt.
They were
Right
they
now,
were keeping up. I think is what it was.
right
I
now,
think it was a
Tyler.
close game until they got
Yeah,
knocked out.
right now, Tyler High is tied for second place in district with Longview. Highland Park alone at the top. I'm also going to take
Ooh,
Tyler High.
okay. Altuve, Homer. Let's go, baby.
Oh, you got the game on. Hey, you can get you a ticket for that game. I heard somebody's going there today or I guess it was yesterday. They were going to yesterday's game. About $1,200 for a upper deck seat.
Whew.
Mm.
Think
I'm
I'll sit.
watching
I think I'll sit at home.
it.
Uh,
Right.
okay, what else we got?
Van and Canton.
I'm gonna go Van.
Yeah, I saw that one. I'm gonna go with Van though. I don't. I mean, Van beat Lindale, so you know they've got to be pretty good because Lindale showed me a lot against when they played Chapel Hill. So I'll definitely take Van in that game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Christian's got Van. I blink.
we got a
Face
good.
Joe.
I got a good one here. How many picks is that? Is that 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. One more
Oh,
will be 8.
so we got one more. So we're on our special pick. Do we want it? I don't even want it. I don't know if I want even. I thought about a college game, but I don't even know if I want to put that in the picks. We
Whew.
hadn't
Don't
had
if
much.
you don't do Texas.
We need that
We hadn't had.
win,
Ever
We
man.
since
hadn't
we've
had
been
much.
picking Texas games, they've been losing.
I
We need
know. That's
that.
what I was thinking.
Now you want to be superstitious. Okay, all right.
I ain't being
Well,
superstitious.
I mean,
I need my
it's
boys to
just
win.
hey, that's 2 in a row that I've done, and I thought the game was at hand, and then all of a sudden it's just like we're on cruise
I told
control.
y'all it was trouble when they lost that Arkansas game. That and you saw what's been happening in Arkansas.
No, they wasn't trouble. Arkansas was good. They just kind of
Was
out.
was.
They kind
And
of
then
mellowed.
now they playing the real
Look at
SEC.
Texas A&M. They're not. I mean, they had a. I think great.
Nah, ain't no excuses.
I don't
Nah,
know how they beat
nah.
Alabama, to be honest. There's A&M is not that good. I don't know if Alabama just had a really bad game
Alabama
or
just they came out and goofed. They thought that they were just gonna. I'm telling you, man, people get that big head and they come out flat. And
I
Alabama,
didn't.
I mean A&M jumped on them.
I
I
didn't think we
know.
were though. So
Well, I know that College Station is a tough place to win. I mean, that's
It
atmosphere is
is.
crazy. If I don't like them, but I mean they have a good home field advantage there. Uh, so I mean that's a lot of it. The longer the game went, I was like, man, there's no way A&M's going to win this game. I mean, I had it on. I was kind of keeping
They
my eye on it.
once they realized they had their claws in them, they were making sure they wouldn't let up.
And they're in the backup quarterback. The Longview kid, King is out. I guess he's out for the year. He's something
yeah,
broken. Is it a broken ankle or something or leg?
I remember.
So I mean, I don't know. I think it might be a year that Alabama is just not as good. I think Georgia, man, Georgia right now is
Well,
looking.
I think a lot of these teams is finally starting to catch up with them a little bit. I mean, because look at Clemson.
Clemson's kind of down too. Yeah.
They just fell off the map.
Ain't got the juice anymore. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, and you saw Oklahoma had to make a change just to make sure that they kept they win streak up.
You know what?
Yeah.
Oklahoma's been skating on thin ice for about. They've been skating on thin ice all year. They haven't blown anybody out. They've been skating on ice all year. Somebody's gonna blow them out. That
And
they
did
should.
y'all see that? Did y'all see where he stole the ball from the guy at the end of the game? Did y'all see that? Tell me y'all saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I was like, oh,
I ain't
Kansas,
I ain't
stop!
finna
And
just
then
pull I hate on
he just,
Oklahoma. I'm just saying that they ain't been playing their
oh
best ball all year, and it's gonna catch
man,
up. It's
It's
gonna
trash.
catch up.
man, I could not believe that. I thought that Kansas had stopped him. I was like, yes, and then he steals the ball from his running back. How many have y'all ever seen that happen?
No,
It's a play by the kid.
I mean, it was smart, but I just have never seen that happen.
Trash.
I ain't
I was
never seen that either.
like, please find some way that that's illegal. I was like, when they were reviewing it, I was like, please tell me that was illegal somehow.
They've been
But
surviving for this long. They've been surviving. Texas had once, and then we all know what happened in the game. Watch, Oklahoma State's probably gonna beat them by 30. Watch. When they play Oklahoma State, they'll probably beat them by 30.
oh man, I don't know. I just, uh, it's just hard.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know.
But good news is Texas basketball is ranked number 4 in the country. Chris
Yeah.
Beard to
Okay.
get
So I'm just looking through here. Let's do a pick. This is a big game this week. Let's do a big rivalry, a Big Ten big rivalry.
Okay.
Not only a rivalry, but a top 10 matchup.
I know you're going.
Michigan at Michigan State.
I'm not
Michigan
picking
is number 6. Michigan State is number 8. I'm going Michigan on the road.
I'm not picking against Big Blue.
Yeah, but that's a good one.
Go ahead and say the Spartans. I know you want. You go and say the Spartans. They're like Stephen A. Smith.
It's on the road, and Michigan, they sometimes they fumble their chances too.
No, they ain't fumbling nothing right now.
But this ain't the game they gonna do that. This ain't the game that's gonna happen.
Y'all know the song. Yeah, it's Michigan, baby, all the way.
Christian's getting his picks in down there. I don't know if you saw him getting them
Yeah,
in.
I see him. He picked Michigan.
Hell to the victor, baby. Hell to the victor.
The game.
There's a couple of big games this week.
Okay,
Florida, Georgia. I know Florida's not ranked, but it's in Florida. You got
Watch Florida end up
oh,
winning.
that's a good one. Florida and Georgia. That's a real good one.
you got Ole Miss at Auburn. Ole Miss number 10. Auburn's 18.
Ole Miss is
Pretty
good. Ole Miss is pretty good.
You got Penn State at Ohio State. I'd love to see Penn State knock off Ohio State. But did y'all see that game last week?
Yeah.
The Penn State, who were they playing? The game that never ended. Tell me y'all saw that. It was like 9 overtimes.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't see that one.
I
Who
cannot.
was it? Who were they? I got to go back and see who that was.
I can't remember what it was. It
wasn't. I turned that game on at the end, and I was like, "Oh, this game's close. Let me watch it." And then it ended up being, let's see, who was it? Oh, yeah, Illinois. Illinois at Penn State. Penn State ranked number 7 in the country. Illinois basically awful, and 9 overtimes. And now after 2 overtimes, they go to 2-point conversions, and no one could make one. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, go back and watch some highlights of that game. And that one was crazy. Longest college football game in history.
Yeah,
9 overtimes.
Nobody make nothing. I don't know why that is, but it happened.
Woo, it was ugly. I mean, these guys were gassed. I mean, one team, I think, who was it, lost their quarterback. I think it was Illinois they lost their quarterback, got hurt in the overtime, so then they had to bring a guy in that hadn't played all game. They ended up winning, but man,
He ought to be fresh.
hey, did y'all see where Jeff Traylor is a candidate for the Texas Tech job? They're looking at it,
and he should get it.
I mean, if he wants to leave, looks like he's built him quite a program down there, UT San Antonio. They're moving to the American Conference next year, or next cycle, whenever they all change over. So
that's a good time to leave.
Yeah. But they're undefeated still. Probably won't lose. They probably, I mean, unless they just lay an egg.
I mean, they're
right with their schedule.
I mean, the only Conference USA team that's halfway decent is Memphis. So, I mean, they'll run into them. So,
yeah, looks like Sonny Dykes and Jeff Traylor top the list.
Sonny Dykes ain't bad. Sonny Dykes ain't bad.
But I don't know. I think that's very interesting because he was at North Texas and didn't work out. He ended up getting down to UT San Antonio. It looks like it's worked out good for him. But hey, y'all got anything else? We got our last weekend.
That's it. Are we gonna do it? So let me ask you this: what are we doing for next week, or are we gonna do anything next week?
Yeah, well, we talked about it earlier. Where were you?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Didn't I say that, Corey?
Yeah, it's a show next week.
I thought you said. Wait, I don't remember.
Yeah, I said we probably throw in some basketball preseason show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because we're not going to have a game to talk about. At least our game. We'll probably basically we'll talk about the results from our district, exactly what all the scenarios that can play out. Obviously it'll probably be a win in the end solution for us, but we can talk about tiebreakers and if this team wins and this team wins, this will be the seeding, that kind of stuff. And then we'll talk a little bit of basketball preseason with our upcoming game, the November 6th. Basketball returns to the Bulldogs Sports Network. I'm excited. This is me right here. Yeah, I'm excited. And I think we'll just continue the show, and we'll do that. We'll just mix in basketball as long as football season is still rolling along. Yeah.
No pad.
Then we'll once football season's over, it'll just be the weekly show. We'll just talk basketball for the basketball season. Vince, you're still welcome to come on, but you would have to watch the content.
I would have to watch the content. Yeah.
I mean, you could just tune in just to listen to me and Corey. I mean, we're entertaining as it is. Even if we don't win, we're entertaining.
Y'all all right.
See.
No,
see.
That means that means Vince has got to do a basketball show. He has to do a basketball game one game.
See, then y'all gonna try to critique me, like
no one's gonna wear not professionals at all whatsoever. We're doing this out of sheer fun. This is all sheer fun because I guarantee you I am not good. It's just,
I just go out there and just kind of play it by ear. I just say what I see. Is what I do. Corey knows.
That's a good one. You say what you see.
Hey, let me ask you: the basketball is gonna be on Texas Live, right?
No, we'll be right here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Until playoffs. Playoffs will move to Texas Live. They have playoff content right, so we'll move to Texas Live.
Fan interaction this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot better. We'll have multiple platforms on our game stream this time. Last season we were just doing YouTube.
Yeah.
So we'll have it on multiple platforms so it'll be interesting to see kind of what kind of audience we get. So should be quite a bit more viewers since we're not just sharing the YouTube page. We're now almost up to 200 subscribers on the YouTube channel, though. I think we're about like 198. What? I think we're right at almost right at 200.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So
there we go.
Speaking of that, y'all got your commercial ready for your podcast, Corey?
Yeah, we're working on that.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
we've been talking.
Y'all want to talk about your show? Tell everybody about what y'all got going on still.
Absolutely. Hey, that's so dope podcast. This is working. We've been what
Yeah,
almost 3-4 years in this. The pandemic,
yeah,
I would say this, the pandemic really put a damp on a lot of things. So we were building this
it
thing.
did.
Pandemic put a damp on a lot of things. So we're trying to redo the steam a little bit. So, but
I mean, I think
Yeah,
y'all should
but
go live with it like we do, man. Y'all should blast
we
that
talk
thing
about
out.
that a lot actually. Just going live like this. Um,
I kind of like it just because we can get the fan interaction. I think it's fun to
yeah,
interact with people that listen, and then you can still do it podcast form. I think we're
yeah,
up to about 20 or 25 people like tuning in on the after we post it on the podcast, which is still pretty good since we have a pretty good. Most of our normal users are on here. But I just think it just adds to it. I mean, to get people's feedback and bring people on that's kind of come
hmm
on. It was really fun to have Christian on today. That was a lot of fun. So, but yeah,
yeah.
man,
It was nice having him on.
Bulldog Sports Network can get you the hookup if y'all want to do that.
we
Can
got you.
set
Yeah,
set that up. Plus, then you don't have to be at the same. You don't have to be at everyone's house. You can just
that's true. We always have to go meet up. And it's always hard to do sometimes. So,
yeah.
uh, yeah.
Working
Actually,
on
we had to change it up a little bit
yeah.
just recently.
It's a lot of little things we could always adjust to it. Like I said, I'm real particular about the sounding. Like I said, I'm real skeptical about pulling the voice over because it doesn't sound. It sounds okay, then it doesn't sound okay. Then you got the internet interference, and then this goes
Well,
in,
you,
this goes
and you,
out.
and you got Suddenlink issues.
I don't know what.
I ain't got no internet issues. I don't know nothing about
So I don't.
that.
But it's always that part is more of a less. It's more of I can control it. In house than it is. But that's something we could always try to work on. But
Yeah,
But no, overall, man, the show, you tune into That's So Dope podcast. We talk about pretty much anything, movies, sports, games. We give
Yeah,
an unfiltered, commentary perspective about everything. And,
it's a
you know,
real life perspective on life, on things in general. Really,
we get
and we
pretty
talk about everything.
we get pretty animated. we'll
Yeah,
say,
we do. We do.
but
I think some of our best conversations have been about like just the movie aspect. Like when the Marvel thing was real big,
oh
we
my God.
kind of went hard on that for a while.
You should have
Uh,
seen Vince. Vince had the whole he had a whole diagram drawn on the whiteboard.
hey man,
He was talking
hey,
about the whole timeline. That was an intense
listen,
couple of weeks. That was
that was serious. That was real serious.
we went long and hard, especially right before Endgame came out. We were like, "This is it. This has got to be
yeah,
it. We're doing the whole."
yeah.
And it was.
And then the Thanos thing kind of just we went hard on that for a long time.
I
Yeah,
think one of the funniest episodes we probably did was the Invisible Car, and that was a long time ago. We were talking about the Invisible Car and the Invisible Money, and we were the Carolina Panthers. Talking about the Panthers.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was. I mean, we
well,
a lot of
well,
highlights.
something y'all could do though is like maybe once a month go live and then pull a new audience like that.
There is
Yeah.
something that Spotify has where we can invite a lot of different people in. I'm kind of exploring with that a little bit. We kind of kick that idea around. Right now, it's just more about the availability and time. With
Yeah.
my schedule, it's a little different. I'm trying to narrow that down to where it's not as wide open as it is right now. Hopefully, I'll know something in a week or two about that, where I can just kind of say, "Hey, this is it. Open more time and blah." Like I said, the pandemic kind of ruined a lot of that for me personally. So now we're trying to get back in the groove of things and trying to get some other stuff figured out. So I had a lot of stuff that was that was in store. I was working on, but then all of a sudden, so
Well, y'all make sure all our viewers make sure you stay tuned for more information about Vince and Corey's podcast. That's so dope. I'd like to thank our sponsor for tonight's episode and for our show, the wrap-up show every week. Zoe Knows Insurance.
No, no,
Shout out to
shit.
Zoe. He was on earlier. We'd like to
If you missed it, go back
appreciate
and
it.
watch it. Go back and catch it.
Yeah. Don't forget, we are, if you're just now tuning in, we are on all podcast platform. We're on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all the main podcast streams. So catch us on there, Bulldog Sports Network. We're also live on YouTube and then Facebook. You can also go find us there. Pretty much it for the evening, I guess. Unless y'all got any final thoughts, guys. Anything?
oh man, enjoy this week off. Enjoy
Yeah,
the week.
I'm actually going on a date night with my wife. We're going to the Dallas Stars game Friday night, so
Go. That'll
should
work.
be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. We're going to go catch some El Phoenix. I am not going to jump off or jump over a fence in a stead parking lot of El Phoenix and stab my hand again. I don't know if y'all heard that story before.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I will be not doing that. I will be driving and getting a parking spot near the arena.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had Mavs tickets. We have Mavs tickets. Me and Drew had Mavs tickets given to us. I guess it was right after Beckham was born, so it was 2018. And yeah, it was a little fence. It came up to me about right here. Oh, I can jump this. But the gap between the fence posts were not real wide, so I couldn't get my shoe in there real good. I didn't really realize that until I got up to the top and my foot slipped as I was trying to jump over, and I caught those spikety metal posts on my hand. Luckily, it just left a nice little scar. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Drew shoved me over to make sure I didn't get impaled.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Drew, he had to drive through Dallas traffic trying to find me a hospital as I'm bleeding in the car out. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna have more fun this time. We're not gonna jump over any fences. We're gonna go eat at El Phoenix and then go to the game. So I'm excited about my. I'm excited about my week off. But make sure you tune in. I'm starting to post all our games and everything that's going to be online. We do have the halftime show every week right here on the Bulldog Sports Network. We have our wrap-up show every Wednesday at 8:30. We have football games or broadcast on TexanLive.com. Jared was on last week, did a great job filling in for Logan. Shout out to Jared for that. And like I said, all the games will start posting them. So they'll be on there. You can go ahead and click interested and subscribe to them. That way, as soon as they go live, they'll notify you. So it's something we're going to do this year a lot more, get those games up in advance. So that way you can be ready to tune into them and get reminded of when they come on the air. So a lot of good things going on this year with Bulldog Sports Network. I've got some hats left. Anybody interested in buying a hat? $15. Got a few left. I'll be making another order here soon. Possibly get some other items. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what my supplier has for us. He's got some other ideas. So yeah, got a lot going on. It's Brett for Corey and Vince. Y'all have a great week, great weekend. We'll see you next week for the wrap-up show right here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Holla.